Marathon actual gameplay. First look. Here we go. Gameplay overview. The new extraction shooter from Bungie dropping September 23rd. Closed alpha is going April 23rd. Okay. Very unique art style. How's the gameplay though? So this player's got a sniper. Marathon.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set
Okay.
around the mysterious and cutthroat world of Tau Ceti 4.
Marathon.
You are a runner. A
Am I?
cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell.
Yeah, that's
with
mine.
Unique abilities and
Oh,
stats,
actual look at the UI.
capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat.
Frag granate.
Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest.
Okay.
You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players.
18 players
countless
per
security forces
game.
and otherworldly threats.
You got PvE as well.
To scavenge the remains of a lost colony for glory and fortune.
Okay.
The environments of Tau Ceti 4 are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment you can
Yeah.
scavenge throughout the map.
Typical extraction shooter stuff.
Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead.
So you can choose what runner you want to run every
Your
time. That's like the
objective is
classes.
simple.
You're not locked
Get
in.
gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive.
Yep.
Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive,
That's good.
and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill
Yep.
your vault. Death is inevitable,
That's the UI screen there.
but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents, and in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you
Okay.
can get right back into the fight.
So it's going over the extraction
Bungie
shooter
brings its
genre.
best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds
some of the
create
abilities.
highly dynamic and strategic team fights.
Interesting.
Whether you're on a
Dynamite.
zero-to-hero run or high-rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and
Okay.
how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives, and down but not out, to streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the odds to revive your teammates and get out with your hard-earned
Okay,
loot.
so you can revive. So it's a little
If you
bit more
believe your
forgiving than
skills
most
alone are
extraction
enough to
shooters.
conquer any challenge, we give you the freedom to opt out of crew fill to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner.
Okay, you can do solo.
No 2 runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable
Variable
players,
weather?
you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective. Looking to unlock upgrades or increase your faction reputation? Slip into the shadows.
Ooh, stealth
as
looks
void
quite strong.
And ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants. and
Okay,
your
this is one of the
strongest
first
weapons
classes.
to disrupt rival crews.
Oh, I'm playing Glitch.
Running
You
support
literally
to your
get a
friends,
dash.
grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need.
This class looks kind of boring. I want speed.
You're always free to experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling,
Okay.
community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
That was a lot to break down, dude. A lot just went on in that trailer. September 23. So we got to watch this back and break this down. I'm interested in this game because I like extraction shooters, but I didn't like Escape from Tarkov too much because it was a bit too extreme. This seems like a nice middle ground between being like too casual, like on the DMZ side, and too extreme, Tarkov side. So it's a 3 players per squad. You've got different classes. In the alpha, there'll be 4 classes. At launch, there'll be 6. And I want to try and look at this thing here. So we've got shields, just like in Apex. And then we've also got health. Then we've got looks like 2 different abilities. And I'm going to assume that is per class. And then also we've got some kind of icon down there at the bottom.
And otherworldly threats.
Okay, and here, this player actually has access to 3 abilities. So it seems to depend on your class, what abilities you have. And it's very much like the normal kind of situation, right? You go around, you loot stuff. What is that loot there? Maintenance pump. So we can get a good idea. Like you can just loot frag grenades. A key. A maintenance pump is a key. Okay, wait, I want to see what that is there. Hang on a minute. Why is that so hard to see, dude? Oh my god! Oh, dude, right. We're gonna go and I just want to get an idea of like what you're looting, because in some extraction games you get absolute junk, and it's just kind of like a waste. Aluminium rods like that. So you kind of just go around and pick up absolute junk, and I assume sometimes you can sell it. Dude, I want to see what that text says. And if you can sell it, then it could make you be able to buy from vendors potentially. Yeah, it's just called a material. Oh, it's called a material. Okay, we obviously know there's going to be factions, so that could be somewhat related to Tarkov in the way that you complete quests for different factions. And I don't know if there's going to be an economy system or you're going to craft your own guns and stuff. Like, I don't know what kind of post-game mechanics there'll be. But all I care about is if you die, you lose all your stuff. If you kill a player, you steal all their stuff. And the core gameplay feels good, right? I mean, the Halo and Destiny, the core gameplay feels pretty good. So, yeah, I'm quite happy to see that. And there's a look at the inventory screen. It's the typical sort of thing here. You can get backpacks that increase your size, inventory size. There's a value. Everything has a value of credit. So that's the currency. You've got a shield. So you can get different tiers of shields. You can have 2 different weapons with a set of attachments on each weapon. You have equipment. You have cores and implants. Now, implants are going to augment your gameplay with different abilities, I assume. And that is quite interesting. And then here we go. SMG. One of the looks at the weapons. You can see that damage, handling, stability, range, reload, magazine, credits as well. You can see the value of everything. Remember, this is alpha. It does look very bare bones, but in a way, that's kind of the art style they've gone for. It's got down but not out and reviving as well. So that's quite interesting. And then we see here, so they just use like a recon scan, which is very much like Apex's Bloodhound or something. The weapons feel pretty okay. It looks not bad. Like gunplay feels, it's gonna feel good. It's a Bungie game, right? I don't think they're gonna let us down on that. Mantling, yeah, that's obviously. It looks pretty decent. The gunplay looks like it's gonna feel pretty good. I think what they've done is they've casualified the gun mechanics in comparison to like Tarkov and Arena Breakout. However, the actual core elements of the extraction shooter genre are still in place. So if you die, you can lose all your stuff, but you can get revived. And if you kill your enemies, you can loot all their stuff. So I do like it. I think there's hope. It's just going to really depend on what the core gameplay loop is. You know, like how does it feel to play over like a long period of time? So this is him coming into a map, Dire Marsh, risk variable. Interesting. And you can come in with just nothing, but you still get abilities, it seems. There's all sorts of different kits. I mean, let's be honest, Glitch looks like the best runner. You literally get a sliding ability. I mean, come on.
Players with skill and strategy will always have the edge.
Pup Nick, thanks for the prime.
Marathon is designed to be played in crews with contextual pings, shared objectives.
Yeah, I mean, it's like every other, like, they've taken the core format that has been developed from Battle Royale games over the last decade at this point and brought it into the extraction shooter space. This game, I guarantee it, is going to be boring for a lot of people. I think for a lot of people, it's not gonna be for you. It's not. But there is going to be an audience out there that are going to enjoy this, and I think it's that extraction shooter crowd that just finds Escape from Tarkov just a bit too slow and a bit too extreme. I'm interested. I'm interested to give it a try. It really is going to depend on how it feels to play. Like, you know, watching gameplay is one thing.
And down but not out.
The one thing I'm worried about is this is going to have a price tag of like $40. And looking at this, I don't know if it's going to do enough to encourage people to play it. But when it's an extraction shooter, you can't go free to play because it's going to be filled with cheaters. So I personally think I'm going to enjoy this, but I am a little bit worried that it's not going to hit the masses, and that may the game may struggle.
Out the same.
It's going to be
with
difficult.
Dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players. You'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive.
I think the gameplay looks quite unique.
Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objectives.
Yeah, they didn't confirm the pricing, but I'm pretty sure they
or increase your faction
said
reputation.
it's going to be a paid-for game.
Slip into the shadows as Void and ghost past your enemies. Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered.
I personally think the extraction shooter is an untapped genre. I think it's pretty good.
With agility implants.
So this is glitch.
Weapons to disrupt rival crews. Running support for your friends. Grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a special.
So they got pretty much the same shield system. Like you can see, this guy's got purple armor, like from Apex. This guy's got blue armor.
Slice backpack to be the lifeline they need.
Yeah, I guarantee you, this game is not going to be like massively popular.
You're always free,
but it's going to have a core audience.
Compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination.
I don't understand why everyone seems to think extraction shooters are overdone. Besides Tarkov, there hasn't even been a mainstream popular game in that genre. Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. I've said that for a long time. Extraction shooters haven't been done good enough yet. I'm still waiting for a good extraction game. I don't know if this is going to be as... I don't know if this is going to be the one. I don't know if Arc Raid is going to be the one. But eventually someone will crack the code and make the most addictive, dopamine-inducing extraction game ever. Will it be Marathon? I don't know, but I'm happy to try it. So I'm looking forward to the beta, alpha.